Hello and welcome to Meditation with Kimberly. I am Kimberly Clements. Before we start, if you love this channel, please subscribe or like this meditation. That is just one of the best ways for me to continue to get exposure and also to know if you're liking what you're experiencing. So thank you so much for being here. Today I want to talk about, before we get started, just death. I want to be talking about death more and more on here. I think for myself, death is such a powerful teacher. It's such a powerful thing to think about, ponder upon. And I was driving this morning, I had a doctor's appointment, and I was driving back home, and I was thinking how literally every single moment passing is a small death. Like that moment will never occur ever again. With the same air, with the same cars passing me, with the same people, with the same words, with the same feelings, with the same body cells, with the same lighting, with the same, like every single moment when it passes, it really is a small death. And in Buddhism, impermanence is talked about all the time, which is the simple just fact that nothing is permanent. Everything eventually goes away. And the Buddha says that that's one of the reasons we suffer so much, is when something good is going on, we cling to it. We don't want the good feelings, the getting what we want, the yumminess, the excitement. We don't want that to go away. The romance, whatever. And then when things are uncomfortable, we resist them. And then when things are kind of neutral, we often like zone out or we go numb to it all. And in reality, if we really think about things as impermanent, it's kind of juicy. It makes life really juicy because you want to fully experience this moment, because never ever again will a moment like this occur. So I want to use that in meditation today. So let's go ahead and begin to drop in. And we're going to use the breath as small deaths and anything that arises. And then we have to, when we bring ourselves back to our breath or your point of focus, that is a small death. So I'm going to bring us in with the bell, singing bowl bell. So go ahead and let the eyes shut down and just let the sound of the singing bowl pull you into presence. Allowing your body to get very still. With intention, finding the posture. Spine long, crown of the head toward the ceiling, the sky. Muscles begin to relax. Face muscles relax, shoulders relax. Belly falls open, relaxed. The hips and the legs get a little bit heavier. The hands relax. And then bringing your attention to your breath. Right at the tip of the nostril is where I like to focus on the breath. Others like the chest or the belly. Just beginning to notice the inhale. Notice the beginning of the inhale when it starts, the middle of the inhale, the end of the inhale, and then begin to notice the beginning of the exhale, the middle of the exhale, the very end of the exhale. Continuing like that, focusing on all parts of the inhale and exhale. Noticing that when you inhale, the breath is brought to life, birth. And when you exhale, it's a letting go and a death until the next inhale begins. Just noticing what comes up as you focus on the breath with this perspective in mind. Notice if your mind has wandered, knowing this is natural, no problem. Simply notice that it's wandered, and then let it go like a small death, and intentionally bring your awareness back to your breathing. A new birth of awareness. beginning to deepen the breath, keeping the eyes shut down. And just pondering for a moment this idea of impermanence. Everything goes away. Eventually, everything goes away. Our thoughts, our emotions, our body sensations. Our days, our nights, our material objects, our animals, our friends, our family. Our own bodies and our own life. Every moment we can practice being with the small deaths, the deaths of a moment, the deaths of a workday, of a breath, of a feeling, of a thought. As a way of practicing being with the truth of life. That everything eventually goes away. Everything eventually goes away. As the bell goes away, gently moving the body, blinking open the eyes. All signs of this meditation going away. Reacclimating to this new moment, the birth of this new moment. Seeing what's around you, beginning to take in what you need to do next in your life. And I want to acknowledge if you heard some noise in the middle of the meditation, it was my cat. And I'm really trying to be gracious with this process because I'm doing this in my home where my life is taking place. And in that moment when my cat was at the door trying to get in, I had a realization that that too would go away. And it did. And how in life, when things are maybe irritating or they're not going as we want them to, we can often wish away moments. We can often be so irritated by moments that we carry them with us for the rest of the day, instead of just being with. This too is born, the noise of the cat, the annoyance, the irritation of this isn't going how I want it to go. And then eventually it too goes away, the small death. The irritation is gone, the moment's gone, the cat noise is gone. And just as you walk through your day, just noticing how the arising of things is the birth, and then the letting go of things, the going away of things is the death, and how it's constantly happening. We begin cooking a meal, the birth. We finish the meal, do the dishes, the death. We get into the shower, the birth. We get out of the shower, dry off, the death. The next thing arises. It's a constant, every moment experience. And just noticing it, being with it, paying attention to it, letting it teach you, letting it teach us about what this life is. Until next time.